The city anniversary is always the most relaxing time of the year. After the daily and twice meeting, you enjoy the slower work pace as you leisurely surf the internet on your phone. Huh? A video suddenly catches your attention. An abstract ink animation exquisitely describes Thailand's traditional holiday, the legend of the Moonlit Eve Festival. In an age where people still believe in ghosts and gods, there was Summer, the god of summer. One year during summer, he descended upon the mortal world. As he passed by a bamboo forest, Summer heard sounds of laughter. He then discovered that humans had come up with clever methods to beat the summer heat. All of these methods originated from a laundress named Eve. From then on, Summer paid close attention to this laundress. Over time, Eve and Summer became close friends and Eve adored Summer. However, since they came from vastly different worlds, she kept her feelings hidden. She wrote down her feelings and thoughts in letters that she didn't intend to give Summer. They were only for sentimental purposes. Why do most stories in the legends end in tragedy? 100 years is a lifetime for humans, but it passed by in a blink of an eye for a god. One day, Summer chanced upon these letters. From then on, Summer became the god of marriage. Wherever he went, no matter what hardship the couples around him faced, they were destined to share a wonderful life together. People were thankful to the god, as well as the women who were favored by him. Therefore, the date of their first encounter marks the day of the Moonlit Eve Festival.
이야기 속 엇갈린 감정에 안타까우셨나요? 달빛과 서머의 결말을 탄식하셨나요? 달빛의 전설의 뒷이야기를 직접 쓸 수 있다면 여러분의 대답은 무엇일까요? 망설이지 말고 이번 휴가에는 운주 관광지구로 오세요. 운주를 돌아보며 함께 1000년 전으로 돌아가 나만의 결말을 찾아보는 시간이 되시길 바랍니다.
So this is only an advertisement.
뭐 봐요?
You suddenly hear Marius' voice. Somehow he had snuck up behind you without making a noise. You're like a cat. I didn't even hear you approaching.
집중하느라 못 들은 건 누나면서.
Marius leans in to look at your phone.
운주 관광지구에 관심 있어요?
운주구에 있는 테마파크?
Before you can respond, Luke, who was fiddling with a projection device, looks up at you.
거긴 공사 중이었던 걸로 기억하는데 다 끝났나 봐요?
You guys all know about the park? Is it famous?
네. 기념일에 맞춰서 테마를 바꾸는 공원이라고 홍보한 기억이 나네요. 마침 또 도시 건립 기념일이라 시선을 뗄 수 없을 만큼 대대적으로 홍보하더군요.
As Vince speaks, Arthur brings over the freshly brewed tea.
사실 사무실 근처 빌딩에 있는 대형 스크린에 운주 관광지구 광고가 오래전부터 걸려 있었어요.
Really? I never noticed.
그건 예전 광고고 누나가 본 게 오늘 처음 공개한 홍보 영상이에요.
첫 공개라고요?
Yeah, let me show everyone. You open the video and project your screen. As the ink rolls up, the advertisement ends with a catchy melody. After watching it again, I can't help but feel like the advertisement is pretty innovative. Mary snaps his fingers, looking pleased with himself.
당연히 그렇겠죠. 나만 생각해낼 수 있는 아이디어니까요.
Your creation?
유신우 씨 아이디어라고요?
You and Luke blurted out the exact same thing, but after giving it some thought, it does make sense. It will be hard to find a project in Sally's that Pack isn't involved in. With eyes fixed on the projector screen, and he waits for a long time before speaking.
달빛의 전설은 저도 들은 적이 있어요. 셀링 포인트로 결말을 재창작하라니 흥미롭네요. 저도 호기심이 생기는걸요. 정말 성공적인 광고예요.
Vinlet saw the faint smile. Through the simmering tea, it almost seems playful.
중학생 때 달빛제의 전통을 찾아서라는 동아리를 했던 적이 있어요. 선생님과 함께 각종 고서를 조사하며 달빛제의 진짜 기원을 찾아봤죠.
What did you find? Atom puts his index finger against the side of the cup and shakes his head lightly.
전설은 구전 신화가 대부분이라 그 기원을 찾기란 쉽지 않아요. 그래도 동아리 덕분에 역사 속 흩어진 이야기들에서 처음으로 매력을 느낄 수 있었어요.
It seems everyone is interested in the Moonlit Festival legend. Then, thinking back to the advertisement, an idea suddenly comes to mind. Why don't we go to Cloudland Park together?
좋아. 그렇지 않아도 개장하면 둘이 같이 가자고 하려고 했거든.
좋은 제안이네요. 저도 갈게요.
윤노아 씨도요?
모처럼 쉬는 날이니 관광지구를 둘러보는 것도 괜찮은 선택이겠네요.
Yeah, I think it will be fun.
그래, 내가 괜한 생각을 했네.
Look, did you see something?
아무것도 아니야. 다 같이 가니까 좋다고.
잠깐만요. 같이 가는 건 좋은데 티켓 예매가 끝났거든요.
Everyone looks at Marius almost intuitively. Marius seems to know what your silent gazes mean all too well. He puts his hand helplessly to his forehead. However, in the next moment, he's back to his cheerful self.
알겠어요. 티켓은 내가 준비할게요.
They're counting on you. After confirming the plans, everyone resumes their discussion about recent events. Your heart starts to fill with anticipation while looking at the gold-bordered words Cloudland Park. It's been a while since we've all been on a trip together. Maybe this time.
뭐 단체로 움직일 때마다 좋은 일이 없었던 것 같긴 한데.
그만. 거기까지만 얘기하죠. 고통스러운 기억이 다시 떠오르네요.
Don't say that. Something good might happen this time.
머피의 법칙에 따르면 어떤 상황을 걱정할수록 일어날 확률이 더 높아진다고 해요.
맞는 말이에요. 안 좋은 일은 대부분 심리적인 요인이 크답니다. 가끔 과한 걱정은 좋은 일도 안 좋게 만들곤 하죠.
Exactly. I have a feeling that this will be a wonderful and relaxing trip. Cloudland Park. In the blink of an eye, it was already the day of the trip. As the theme park comes into view, its festive atmosphere is created by adorning park facilities with Moonlit Festival elements, flower lanterns, bamboo forests, and streams.
와, 전설 속에 들어와 있는 것 같아.
A butterfly lands on Artem's shoulders while flapping its wings. However, it soon disintegrates into bits of light.
홀로그램인가요? 컨트롤이 어려운 실물을 포기하고 축제 분위기를 살리다니 괜찮은 선택이네요.
The flowers on the branches are swaying in the wind, almost on the verge of falling. Wind reaches it to touch it, realizing that it's all projections.
아, 재밌네요. 너무 진짜 같아서 저도 속을 뻔했어요.
Yeah, it almost had me fooled. It's only at this point that you realize everything you see is a projection. Here, the archaic atmosphere clashes with modern technology to create a harmonious unity. You are in awe at the scenery the whole way here. However, Mary seems unfazed.
이 정도는 맛보기고 서프라이즈는 뒤에 있어요.
As Mary speaks, everyone continues deeper into the park. However, after a few steps, it becomes so crowded that you can't proceed any further. Maris, are these people the surprise you mentioned? It seems the online video advertisement for Cloudland Park garnered an enthusiastic response. Curious about the Moonlit festival ending, a large number of tourists have flocked to the park in search of it. Standing in a crowd of people in the blazing heat is bound to make people irritable. Moments later, a loud flute is heard.
운주의 경치와 천년의 꿈. 운주 관광지구에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
It's the same voice that appeared in the video advertisement.
달빛 이야기에 상상의 나래를 펼치셨을 텐데요. 오랜 기억을 다시 꺼내보세요. 결말은 여러분의 마음속에 있답니다. 관광지구는 4개의 테마존으로 구성되어 있고 각 구역마다 일부 전설이 재현되어 있으니 직접 체험해보세요. 이번 여행의 끝에서 진심으로 받아들일 수 있는 결말을 찾으시길 바랍니다.
As the music ends, there are murmurs in the crowd. So we really have to find the ending ourselves?
전설을 재현했다고? 유신우 씨, 스케일이 꽤 큰데요?
나 보지 마요. 화이는 투자만 했지 운영에 관여하진 않아서. 나도 이건 처음 듣는 얘기예요. 근데 어쩐지
Mary seems absorbed in his thought, almost as if he's realized something.
뭐가요?
아무것도 아니에요. 생각보다 재밌네요.
왠지 상상 밖의 일이 일어날 것 같은 표정인데요.
I have the same feeling.
좋은 뜻으로 말하는 건 아닌 것 같네요.
여기서 이러지 말고 첫 번째 테마전으로 가보죠.
Okay. Afterward, everyone heads over to the first theme zone, Summer Soar. As its name implies, bamboo forest stretches as far as the eye can see with the faint sound of a stream coming from within. Even before entering, you can feel your body being swept away in a cool and refreshing breeze. I can smell the fresh scent of bamboo leaves in the wind.
저게 전설을 재현한 부분이겠지? 달빛은 사람들이 편하게 쓸 수 있도록 시냇물에 대나무로 간단한 취수 장치를 만들었다고 했어.
설마 우리도 가서 대나무를 조립해야 하는 건 아니겠죠?
그럴 수도 있죠. 이것도 체험의 일종이니까요.
Wind frowned slightly as he thought of something. What is it, Dr. Richter?
아무것도 아니에요.
저만 있으면 대나무 조립은 식은 죽 먹기니까 걱정 마세요, 윤노아 씨. 자, 출발하죠.
Yeah, let's go. A gentle breeze blows, almost as if responding to the enthusiasm of the visitors. Interesting. Since leaving Summer Soar, you can't get that game out of your head.
방금 한 게임이 즐거웠나 봐요.
Yeah, while we were building the bamboo pipes, I seemed to understand Eve's intentions a little more.
네, 달빛은 전설 속 인물이 아닌 역사에 실존했던 사람 같아요.
방송에서 말한 직접 체험하라는 게 이렇게 달빛의 입장이 되어보란 의미였겠죠.
선조의 지혜에 감탄밖에 안 나오더라고요. 뭐든지 귀했던 시절에 이런 걸 만들다니. 정말 대단해요.
Right. Just as you're about to say something, you see a familiar figure that you haven't seen in a while, Winnie Cooper. Winnie Cooper sees you with everyone else and walks over happily. Long time no see.
그러니까요. 여기서 다 뵙네요.
She greets everyone with a smile, looking much more mature than she did last year. You're back, Stellis. How have you been recently? I remember you said you were going to become a volunteer teacher.
맞아요. 지금은 방학이라 돌아왔어요. 변호사님도 아시잖아요. 제가 가만히 있는 성격은 못 되는 거. 마침 여기서 자원봉사를 모집하길래 와봤어요. 힘들긴 해도 사람들을 돕거나 관광 팁 같은 걸 만들어 볼 수 있어서 꽤 재밌어요.
참, 방 사장님은 건강하시죠?
그럼요. 이번에 교육 지원 일로 수고했다고 보양식도 잔뜩 만들어주셨는걸요? 나중에 사람이 좀 적어지면 할아버지랑 같이 오려고요.
다행이에요. 사장님은 여전하신가 보네요.
참, 첫 번째 테마전은 체험해 보셨어요? 어때요? 재밌었어요?
네, 재밌었어요. 처음에 방송만 들었을 땐 좀 의심스러웠는데 체험하고 나니까 전혀 다른 의미로 다가오더라고요.
The Moonlit Festival legend was just a story to me before. After experiencing it personally in the park, I feel like the Moonlit Festival legend is really happening around me. Winnie Cooper nods with a smile as if she agrees with you.
그쵸. 저도 그랬어요. 원래 달빛제의 전설에만 관심이 있었는데 와서 체험해보니까 제가 생각한 결말이 정답이라고 확신하게 됐어요.
Autumn responds to the mention of an ending.
서리언 씨가 생각하는 결말은 뭐죠?
Winnie Cooper doesn't seem surprised by Autumn's question, probably because it's not the first time she's been asked. She ponders for a moment before answering.
할아버지께서 항상 그 전설을 들려주셨어요. 그래서 좋은 결말을 맞았으면 좋겠고 또 그럴 거라고 믿어요. 그럼 할아버지도 덜 실망하시겠죠?
Her eyes light up with hope and concern at the mention of Grandpa. Hearing her words, you can't help but recall everything you had heard in Summer Soar. A good ending. Are these the wishes of Eve?
그럼 만나서 반가웠어요, 변호사님. 전 이만 가볼게요.
Sure. Bye.
안녕히 가세요.
Winnie Cooper bids you farewell with a smile before turning to leave. Without delaying any further, you and the rest of the group proceed to the second team zone. Walking on the secluded path, everyone reaches the second team zone, Winding Stream. In your imagination, this team zone should be filled with antique pavilions. However, once inside, it is completely different from how you imagine. Rather than a theme zone, the scenery before you looks more like an aquatic landscape. A long river runs through the web of recreational facilities. The sunlight shines directly on the rippling water, making the facilities look like complimentary prawns.
전설에 따르면 흰 옷차림의 선비들이 낙엽에 실을 적어 물 위에 흘려보내면 또 다른 선비가 그걸 건져 실을 이었다고 해요. 이곳의 이름이 유상곡순이 이와 관련된 부분이 재현돼 있겠군요.
근데 얼핏 보면 모습이 전설 속 유상곡수와는 다른 것 같아요. 조금 현대적으로 해석한 걸까요?
Maris nods in agreement.
네, 전설을 현대에 맞게 재해석한 것 같아요.
고대 전설을 현대적인 이곳에 녹여내려던 게 설계자의 의도가 아닐까 싶네요. 테마존의 설계가 어떻게 전설 속 본의도와 통할지는 직접 체험해봐야 알 것 같아요.
But what does this experience entails? Do they expect us to create poems?
추측보다 직접 들어가 보는 게 낫죠. 가요.
Artem smiles gently and takes the first step into the deep zone. You are deep in thought as your gaze wanders across the endless river. What will be waiting for us at Winding Stream? Your mind is still immersed in the game you just played until you leave Winding Stream. You are too engrossed to notice Artem calling out to you. What is it, Shirera? What's on your mind? Yeah, there's something amazing about this place. Whether it's the floating flower rafts built with exquisite craftsmanship or the dazzling flower lanterns that enhance the beauty of the river. These elements help recreate the scene and emotions that the Eve and Summer meet. You can't help but be impressed by the ancient wisdom and artistry behind everything here. In the legend, Eve led people in search of ways to beat the summer heat, improving their quality of life. Most of the entertainment we experience today was her idea and creativity alone. If Eve really existed in history, she must have been an innocent and elegant woman. Yes, perhaps it was her wisdom that got people interested in the Moonlit Eve Festival legend. Mr. Wing, does that mean you already have an ending in mind? With a faint smile, Artem shakes his head. Maybe some ideas, but I think it would be better to experience everything before drawing a conclusion. Artem, you're always so objective. As I see it, a tragic ending in the legend of Eve is inevitable. Eve never had the courage to express her feelings, let alone understand Summer's intention. Humans and gods live in vastly different worlds. They are destined to miss that opportunity. Maris nods, his expression showing a rare seriousness. Yes, courage is very important. There was an impossible gap between Eve and Soma. However, if Eve was brave and stood up for herself, perhaps the story as we know it today would have turned out quite differently, without any regrets. The old legends serve as a warning. The various circumstances allow those who experience them to understand a principle better. Life is short. The most important thing is to cherish the time spent with people important to you. What do you think, Shirera? Wind words from everyone to look at you. Standing under the spotlight of their focused gaze leaves you somewhat confused. Fortunately, Vin wasn't really looking for an answer. See that you are a little embarrassed, he tactfully changes the subject. For some reason, a strange feeling always haunts you in times like this. You shake your head, trying not to get caught up in this indescribable emotion. As the crowd slowly moves toward the third team zone, you casually survey the scenery on both sides. Your thoughts drift about endlessly. Suddenly, you feel something at your fingertips, as if someone is tugging at them. Joey grants. Looking down, you see a girl that you had not seen for a while. You take her hand and leave the crowded area to an empty place. Miss Attorney, and three handsome misters. Joey is looking much more energetic than before. Joey, what are you doing here alone? Ah, hi. Joey Grant seemed to remember Artem. However, she pushes through the conversation with her timid voice. I'm here with my brother. He said he would take me to play. Then I saw the fairy lady. The fairy lady was so pretty, so I wanted to say hello. But then I couldn't find my brother. Then I saw Miss Attorney, and my brother said Miss Attorney is a good person, so I came to play with a good person. Joey's story was all over the place, but it was enough for everyone to understand the current situation. Did you get separated from your brother? Yeah, my brother told me to stay put and not to leave. Joey seemed to be nervous, clutching her little hands together. Joey, you're a good girl. How about we keep you company while you wait for your brother? Marius touches the top of Joey's hand as she nods blankly. She looks up at Marius as if thinking about something. Joey, there is no need to be nervous. How about you tell us about the fairy lady? There is something magically soothing about Finn's voice, which calms Joey down. Then she summons the courage to speak again. It's the fairy lady from the story that my brother told. She's so pretty. I like her. Joey probably saw an employee dressed as if. Everyone nods their heads in agreement, which put Joey's mind at ease. But the fairy lady was crying, and I didn't want the fairy lady to cry. If the fairy lady is unhappy, I'll be unhappy. The fairy lady was crying. Vin guides her thoughts with his question. Joey tilts her head and gives it some thought before nodding solemnly. Yeah, she was crying. Maybe because Mr. Sommer doesn't like her. It seems Harry told Joey the legend. So she and Mr. Sommer went separate ways and returned home to their parents. Despite her childish voice and imagination, Joey looks serious. It's true, they are like my mommy and daddy. They went home. My brother said mommy and daddy don't like each other anymore, so they won't be together. The fairy lady and Mr. Sommer must be the same. They don't like each other and they won't be together. Joey's logic was simple yet irrefutable. To focus on the story from Eve's perspective, everyone overlooked the fact that there was another protagonist in the story. How did the god Summer feel about Eve? And what exactly happened to Summer after Eve's death that caused him to become the god of marriage? Did his change have anything to do with Eve? If so, did that indicate his intentions? No, wait. Measure up. Before you can organize your thoughts, Harry Grant runs over to everyone. Joey, where have you been? Are you okay? Harry clutches Joey's hand tightly, his eyes filled with worry and concern. I'm fine. I was telling them the story of the fairy lady. Joey seemed to be completely relaxed, having been reunited with her brother. She snuggles up behind Harry, trying to climb onto his back. Are you tired, Joey? She's been through quite a scare. Her small face rests against Harry's shoulders. She succumbs to drowsiness as her eyelids wrestle to stay up. Harry lifts her up on his back. supports Joey with one hand while patting her back to comfort her. Looks like she's exhausted. Thank you all very much. I don't know what would have happened if she didn't run into you guys. No worries, Joey is an adorable child. But given Joey's condition, you should be more careful when taking her into a crowded area. Yes, the gene repair project that I was part of has yielded some results. It might be able to help Joey. So I thought I'd take Joey out more to get her accustomed to the outside world. It is a good idea, but do not rush into things. After all, she is still a child. Yes, I understand. Thank you. In any case, Joey is lucky to have a brother like you. Yes, but don't forget you're also a child. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. Harry holds on to Joey a little tighter. He continues to thank you as he turns to leave. You wish them the best from the bottom of your heart as you watch their silhouettes disappear into the crowd. You hope the two kind and intelligent kids can be blessed with health and happiness. Hey, did we make a wrong turn somewhere? Following the guide, everyone arrived at the third Team Zone Wonderful Books. The strange thing is that there are very few people at most of the attractions here. Everyone is crowded in front of a building that looks like a post office.
우리도 보러 가요.
After getting closer, you discover a monitor outside the building door with the word "Musing Over You" on it. The tourists crowding around the monitor are all holding a postcard-like piece of paper. They are writing something on it. What's going on? You look around the crowd and spot a familiar face. Before you can call out his name, he suddenly raises his head and looks straight at you.
변호사 누나,
Hui! Hughes quickly moves through the crowd with his small body. He's still a child after all. He looked a lot taller compared to the last time you saw him. He's also more well-built than before. However, the smile on his face disappears as he sees the poor man behind you.
왜 다 같이 있어요?
Maris chuckles to the side as he hears the question.
왜? 실망했어?
네, 조금요.
He grabs a strand of huge hair and lets out a kind smile.
뭔들 어때? 형은 너 봐서 기분이 좋거든?
Ignoring Mary's childish behavior, you continue to observe Hughes closely. Hui, you're back in Sally's. After the Jasmine Candace case, Hughes was brought to the capital to start a new life. Hughes looks to be a lot happier. It might be because he's now away from his unhappy past.
새엄마 새아빠랑 같이 왔어요. 두 분이 관광지구 소식을 듣고 데려와 주셨거든요.
This is when you notice a middle-aged couple looking your way from a few steps away. Feeling your gaze, they smile politely and you return a genuine smile. I see. Is everything going well in the capital?
네, 좋은 친구도 사귀었어요.
Wow, Hui, you're amazing.
여기서 쓴 엽서는 못 보내는 곳이 없다고 해서 왔어요. 수도에 있는 친구랑 변호사 누나한테 보내려고요. 혁이 형이랑 노아 형, 은우 형, 그리고 신우 형에게도요.
He used to address the Antoinette's members by only their first name. Now that he's being so polite, it actually feels a little unnatural. But this is his way of showing care and respect towards you. He continues to stutter as he names a list of people that have helped him even slightly in the past.
그리고 엄마에게도 보낼 거예요. 지금 잘 지내고 있다고 알려주고 싶어요.
Your heart skips a beat when Hugh mentions Jasmine, but the feeling goes away as you see the smile on Huey's face.
어머니도 좋아하실 거야.
Vin, who has been quiet, finally speaks.
아주 잘했어. 약속을 잘 지켰구나.
Promise? What promise? Vin winks mischievously.
이건 저와 찬소리의 비밀이에요.
네, 비밀이에요.
Their faces says, I'm not telling you, and it makes you want to laugh. However, Huey's adoptive parents are around, so it wouldn't be appropriate for you guys to continue taking up their time. After talking for a little longer, Huey goes back to his parents.
찬소리가 잘 지내고 있는 것 같네요.
Yeah, it's wonderful to know that he's doing well. As Hui disappears into the crowd, the few of you continue your conversation from before.
찬소리의 말을 들어보면 여기도 일부 전설을 재현한 것 같아요.
맞아요. 아마 달빛이 자신의 마음을 고백하지 못하고 편지에 적을 수밖에 없었다는 부분을 재현했을 거예요. 물건으로 마음을 전하는 거죠. 한 번도 보내지 않았던 편지를 어디든 보낼 수 있는 엽서로 만든 거예요. 재밌는 이벤트네요.
윤노아 씨도 달빛제의 전설을 기억하시는 걸 보니 테마전과 전설을 잘 섞은 모양이네요.
As the conversation continues, the tense atmosphere relaxes once again.
자, 그럼 다 같이 가서 써보죠. 정말 줄곧 표현하지 못한 마음을 마음속의 사람에게 전할 수 있을지도 모르겠네요.
Do you guys all know who you're going to be writing it to? The four smile and nod in unison after hearing what you see. What are those smiles all about? Memories start pouring into your mind as you look at the postcard in front of you. The ink from your pen makes an expanded mark on the paper. You finally make up your mind. I'll send it to that person. Departing from wonderful books, the people around you are overflowing with happiness, perhaps having recalled important memories. You get caught up in the moment and massage your hand, which is sore from writing. Your heart feels much more relaxed than before. By the time I got the postcard, I kind of knew what I wanted to write. I wonder if you felt the same way.
그렇지 않아요.
Vin suddenly speaks with certainty. Huh?
당신은 달빛과 달라요.
Vin looks at you. His golden eyes are like a vast golden sea capable of swallowing all emotions.
당신은 늘 용감하고 자신감이 넘치는 사람이에요. 원하는 걸 향해 용감하게 나아가죠.
Vin is never afraid to compliment you, but it's still embarrassing after he does it so frankly in front of everyone. Oh. But everyone's like that. Everyone will try to find a solution, no matter how difficult the problem is.
맞아요. 나도 그래요. 아무리 힘든 일도 날 막을 순 없어요. 원하는 건 꼭 손에 넣고 말죠.
Maris has a confident look on his face, and Arthur moves next to you without making a sound.
자신감은 좋지만 무모한 자신감은 좋지 않아요. 아직 모든 게 정해지지 않았는데 확신하는 건 허세에 불과하죠.
I feel like there's a hidden message in his words.
가자. 이제 마지막 테마존이야. 입만 산 사람들보단 나 같은 행동파가 낫지?
Luke shakes his head, then smiles at you.
어때? 지금까지 테마존을 둘러본 감상은?
In this theme zone, it feels like I really have a new understanding of the legend's ending.
설마 벌써 답이 떠오른 건 아니죠? 아직 네 번째 테마존이 남았는데.
이상하네요, 유신우 씨. 네 번째 테마존을 너무 신경 쓰는데 무슨 꿍꿍이가 있는 건 아니죠?
네? 내가 언제 신경을 썼다 그래요?
You do?
누나까지 그러면 어떡해요?
Looking at Marius, everyone starts laughing together. The group walks over to the final theme zone while talking and laughing. Bridge of Magpies. The fourth theme zone seems completely different from the previous three. In front of you is a huge garden. Strangely enough, one cannot see the exit when peering inside from the entrance. The garden is clearly a maze, but there's something about the maze that encourages exploration. What does this have to do with the Moonlit Festival legend? There were obvious connections to the legend in the previous three zones. However, this fourth zone, Bridge of Magpies, shows no clear correlation with the legend, not even in its name.
어떤 곳인지 모르겠죠?
Marius approaches you with a familiar smile. He looks to be having a good time.
내가 설계한 곳이니까 무료로 소개해 줄게요.
유신우 씨가 설계했다고요? 이 테마존을요?
네, 마침 한가했던 때라 그렇게 됐어요. 근데 전설 재현에 관한 이야기 없이 주제 하나만 주고 마음대로 하라고 하더라고요.
어떤 주제였죠?
Artem raises his brow, unclear of what Marius is up to.
달빛제에 대한 이해를 표현하는 거였어요. 엄밀히 말하자면 전설이 차용되지 않은 테마존이죠. 내 이해를 바탕으로 전설에 대한 관점과 생각을 표현한 것이에요.
Whenever it comes to things related to art, Marius shuffles all cynicism and appears earnest.
어떤 의미로는 방문객들에게 참고할 관점을 제공하는 걸지도 모르겠네요.
테마존의 이름으로 미루어 봤을 때 유신우 씨는 전설이 해피엔딩이라고 생각하는 건가요?
Vin adjusts his glasses as he speaks.
왠지 갑자기 속마음을 들킨 기분인데요.
추측은 그만두자고요. 들어가 보면 알겠죠?
Luke grabs Mary's shoulder in a joking manner and tries to bring him inside. The unknown path ahead becomes less daunting with Mary's protests and shouts as well as the two banters echoing around the walls.
그럼 우리도 가죠.
A complicated feeling starts to creep up inside your chest as this is the last stop of the short journey. However, as you look at the far in front of you, you realize that there is really nothing to worry about. You nod and catch up with everyone. Everyone falls silent after going on the Bridge of Magpies.
왜 다들 말이 없어요?
Marius looks at everyone, a little anxious and expectant at the same time. No, I just feel like this place is so cleverly designed. It's hard to describe with words, but the experiences of this trip rush through your head as you approach the end of the park. As everything fades into the background, the feeling of reaching the end of the road and seeing a bright future ahead overwhelms your heart. It's like a current running through your entire body. All the troubles and indecision of the past dissipate completely.
전설을 재현하는 일인 줄 몰랐어도 마지막 테마존의 설계 이념은 서머가 한 일과 맞아떨어졌네요.
Arthur notes and speaks up where Luke left off.
서머는 인연의 신이 된 후로 서로 사랑하는 연인들이 이뤄질 수 있도록 수호했어요. 이 테마존처럼 그 어떤 어려움과 장애물을 만나도 놓친 사람은 결국 다시 만나게 되죠.
예상할 수 있는 결말이면서도 뜻밖인 부분도 있었어요. 여행객들에게 깊은 인상도 남길 수 있었고요. 요신우 씨, 정말 완벽했어요.
Vin expresses his genuine thoughts. Maris is extremely satisfied with himself after being showered with compliments.
스스로도 잘 만들었다고 생각했는데 그 말을 들으니까 더 기쁘네요.
Probably because you two don't ever see eye to eye. Mary smiles earnestly.
자, 여기까지가 새롭게 만나보는 전설 체험이었어요. 이미 오작교의 그리움에서 다 알려줬다고 생각하는데 다들 전설의 결말에 대해서 어떻게 생각해요?
막 도착했을 땐 이야기가 처음부터 끝까지 비극이라고 생각했어요. 하지만 이렇게 체험하고 나니까 달빛 같은 여자아이는 자신이 내어준 만큼 사랑받을 가치가 있다고 생각해요. 서머는 달빛이 생전에 쓴 편지를 보고 달빛의 마음을 알았어요. 어쩌면 그때가 돼서야 자기도 마음이 있었다는 걸 깨달았을 거예요. 그래서 연인을 수호하는 인연의 신이 된 거겠죠.
Luke is just as optimistic as ever. Looking back at what everyone experienced, Vin doesn't seem to agree with Luke.
제가 보기엔 신의 사랑은 세상 사람들을 향한 사랑이에요. 달빛의 마음의 감동에 축복을 전파하는 인연의 신이 되기로 한 거죠. 서머는 사랑 때문에 힘들어하는 사람들을 위해서 직접 그 고통을 대신 감당한 거예요.
As expected of Vin, he is always able to analyze with objective reasoning.
백은우 씨는요? 어떻게 생각해요?
좋고 나쁨은 우리 같은 제3자가 다시 내린 정의예요. 직접 겪은 당사자는 명확하게 구분할 수가 없죠. 그래서 솔직히 말하면 모르겠군요. 직접 체험해 봤어도 결국 전 그들이 아니니 제가 납득할 만한 답은 얻을 수 없었어요.
Looking at Artem's serious expression, you're not surprised by his answer at all. I'm the only one who hasn't shared. I think the ending of the Moonlit Festival legend. Once again, you hear the sound of running water, children laughing, and scholars chanting through the bamboo forest. It's almost as if you see the laundress washing chiffon in the stream and meeting the enchanting man with blushing cheeks. He loved so firmly and without hesitation, yet it was all buried in the heart of melancholy. What will be the end of this enchanting and mysterious romance? I think the ending to a legend has no truth or falsity, nor does it have anything to do with right or wrong.
어? 그게 무슨 뜻이야?
The Moonlit Festival legend and the intentions of Summer were never binary cases. Whether it be Marius who included his own understanding in Bridge of Magpies and delivered such a great experience to visitors like us, Or people like Mr. Wing, who didn't find an answer satisfying enough but chooses to take it at face value. None of them are wrong. So, I believe that if we truly believe in something, then there is never a right or wrong.
누나가 인정해주다니.
하긴 다 같이 체험했어도 감상은 사람마다 다를 수 있지.
당신의 생각은 늘 사람을 놀라게 하네요. 당신이 인정해주다니 정말 기쁘군요.
조금은 능청스러운 대답이지만 정말 좋은 답인 건 인정할 수밖에 없네요.
In the end, it doesn't really matter how the legend ends. What's truly important? You look at everyone and see the regret in their hearts that the legend brought upon them disappear, now replaced with peace and warmth. Despite talking about our individual's desired ending the whole time, all the conclusions we've reached have come from each other's opinion. Perhaps the real purpose of this journey is to cherish the people with us and learn how to use our wisdom and courage to overcome difficulties. Just as you finish speaking, glittering butterflies flutter from the woods, lanterns, decorations, and everything inside. They shine luminously in the air and form the shape of a woman. Then they instantly transform into a god dressed in a divine outfit. The young people participate in the miraculous transformation. Their compliments and cheers are mixed in the air along with the music in the background.
아빠, 저기 봐요. 전설에 나오는 이야기를 재현하려나 봐요. 오빠, 저것 봐. 선녀 언니야.
지혜도 얼른 봐봐.
할아버지, 보셨어요? 예쁘죠? 며칠 뒤에 할아버지 모시고 또 놀러 올 거예요.
Winnie Cooper seemed to be on a video call with Grandpa Van. Those who only met halfway finally meet again at the end. It's beautiful. I can't believe it's coming to an end. I don't want it to end.
그러게 진짜 예쁘다.
앞으로 오고 싶으면 나랑 같이 놀러와요.
저도요. 아쉬워하지 말아요. 시간은 많으니까요.
그래요. 드물지만 앞으로도 이렇게 사건이 없을 때가 있겠죠.
Who was it that said something bad has happened every time we've gone out together? The way I see it, nothing bad happened this time. Everyone laughs, looking warmer and softer in the brighter sunlight. Alright, it's a plan. We'll have fun and more adventures together. At this moment, everyone has their head raised as they watch the butterflies flutter in the air. The lights flicker, but their eyes stay bright. And the promise that was made will also definitely be forever kept in your hearts, just like the unforgettable sight in front of you. Moonlit Festival, a traditional Steelers holiday that takes place once every 3 years. There are many versions of its origin, but the most widely accepted one is the following. In a time when people still believe in ghosts and spirits, it is said that there was a handsome and kind god known as Summer who was in charge of summer. Each year, although life flourishes during the summer, the temperature still reaches high levels. Summer would then take the form of a mortal and descend to the mortal world to inspect how things are going. One summer, when he arrived at the mortal world, he heard giggles in the woods. People didn't usually venture outdoors during the day as it can get really hot. Summer got suspicious and moved closer to the source of the voice. It was then that he discovered a creek that runs through the woods. A few branches of bamboo are placed along the creek to draw water from it so the women and children wouldn't have to repeatedly bend down to pick up water to play with. Groups of scholars and students in white walking upstream would write words of poetry on the fallen leaves and place them into the creek. Another would pick up the leaf and make their own addition to the poem. The activity will repeat and the fun continues. It is unbelievable that a mountain creek has attracted so many and relieved them from the heat. Summer stands shocked. As after a series of questioning, he finally finds out that the idea was thought up by a woman named Eve. Eve is a girl that grew up in the mountains free from all restrictions. She stumbled upon the spring water hill one day and couldn't bear to watch the villagers suffer in the heat. So she decided to bring the villagers to the creek and came up with ideas for games to help them pass the time while hiding from the heat. When he met Eve, she was leaning over the creek washing chiffon while humming a tune. Sensing Summer's presence, Eve is startled and accidentally drops her chiffon into the stream. Summer picks up the chiffon from the stream and returns it to her. This was their first meeting. Eve was starstruck to see a man with a face that only existed in dreams and pictures, with a presence like no other. From that moment on, Eve's heart is like the chiffon that had flew through Summer, only this time it stayed with him instead. However, since the beginning of time, it has always been impossible for mortals and gods to share a life together. Eve's love at first sight was destined to be unfruitful. She has never uttered a word of her feelings since a simple glance by the creek, but only in writing. In letters she wrote and never mailed. Time flies and 3 years go by. Summer comes across the creek once again to find people still playing and conjuring poems by the creek. However, the girl with the chiffon is nowhere to be seen. A person by the creek spots Summer and finds his appearance to be a shockingly similar resemblance to the descriptions Eve once made. The person brings Summer to Eve's residence. Only then did Summer know that the beautiful girl had passed due to illness and left only stacks of letters behind. As for what happened next, no one knows. Some say that Summer finished reading all the letters and found himself crying. Only then did he realize that Eve wasn't the only one that was taken away the day they first met. Others say that Summer didn't open the letters but turned them into roaring water to cool the people with a flick of his wrist. However, what is certain is that after what happened, Summer no longer looks after Summer and has become the god in charge of marriage. Wherever he goes, no matter what hardship the couples around him are facing, they are destined to share a wonderful life. Time continues and actual events of the time are no longer known. However, to remember what Eve had done for the people made the day Eve and Summer first met the day of the Moonlit Eve festival and celebrated it once every 3 years for their celebration of 3 years. People hope to celebrate summer, love, and everything that is not to be missed. Cloudland Park. Funded by PAX, this theme park in the Cloudland district focuses on various festivals as its theme. The park will host different theme activities according to the seasons and festival.